For what feels like forever, AI has been living up in the cloud. It's powerful, sure, but it's also been distant. So what if that power could finally break out and come right down to your own desktop? Today, we're diving into a really fundamental shift in how we're going to interact with AI, all thanks to a breakthrough from Manus that puts the brain of the cloud right on your personal computer.
I mean, think about it, right? We have these incredibly intelligent AI assistants that can search the entire web, use all sorts of powerful tools, but they've always been completely cut off from where we do our real work, right here on our own machines. And this slide, this lays it out perfectly. It shows the invisible wall that's been there this whole time. On one side, you've got the cloud AI, stuck in its little sandbox with generic tools. And on the other side, that's your world, your project files, your custom apps, all your unique dev environments. The AI has been smart, but it's been blind to what you're actually doing. So yeah, let's just call it what it is, the AI's invisible wall. This huge gap between the AI's potential and your actual day-to-day workflow, well, it's been the single biggest thing holding AI assistants back. Now, don't get me wrong, this cloud sandbox was totally necessary. It gave the AI a safe place to run with its own file system and a browser. But it was a bubble. It's like having this genius assistant who's forced to work in a separate building and can only slide notes under the door. Pretty limited, right? Okay, but this is where everything starts to change. We're talking about the key that finally unlocks that door. It's a new feature in the Manus desktop app called simply My Computer, and it is designed to do one thing: bring the AI out of its bubble and onto your machine. So how in the world does this work? Well, the cool thing is, it's actually super elegant. Manus talks to your computer using its native language, command line instructions, or the CLI. It's smart enough to take your plain English requests and translate them into the exact terminal commands needed to read files, edit code, or even fire up your local apps. And this is where it gets really, really exciting. We're about to see how this one simple connection scales up from handling tiny, boring tasks to building unbelievably complex projects. This is a huge leap forward. So let's start with something anyone can relate to. Imagine you're a florist, and your desktop is just a disaster zone of thousands of photos. All you do is give Manus a simple command: organize my flower shop photos. It then just goes. It scans every single file, figures out what's in each picture, creates new folders for things like bouquets and potted plants, and then neatly sorts every single photo. Or, hey, think about being an accountant and having to rename hundreds of invoices to match a specific format. That's a mind-numbing afternoon of work, right? Now, it's done in minutes. This isn't just about saving time. It's about eliminating the cost of all that tedious manual labor. Think of the billable hours that just vanish. But look, just automating file management is really only scratching the surface. Giving a general AI full access to your machine unlocks a level of creation that honestly feels like it's straight out of science fiction. What's this number? Get this, 20 minutes. That's how long it took Manus to build a completely working real-time translation app on a Mac. And it did everything: the project setup, the coding, the debugging, all through the command line. The user never even had to open Xcode. That's not just cool, it's a stunning demonstration of what this connection makes possible. So what we're seeing here is Manus transforming from just another tool into, well, an orchestra conductor for your entire digital life. It seamlessly coordinates between all your different apps and services, whether they're local or in the cloud. I mean, just think about what this unlocks. Your computer can now be a true AI workhorse. You could use its idle GPU to train a machine learning model while you sleep. Or, that old Mac Mini gathering dust? You could turn it into a 24/7 AI assistant that you can access from anywhere. As long as it's on, Manus is ready to go. Let's make this real. Imagine you're out, you don't have your laptop, and you desperately need to send a contract that's sitting on your home computer. You just tell Manus on your phone. It remotely accesses your machine at home, finds the right file, then uses its cloud connection to Gmail to email it to your client. It just perfectly bridges those two worlds. That's orchestration. Okay, so I know what you're probably thinking. Letting an AI have access to your local computer, that requires a lot of trust. Is it safe? Well, the entire system was built around one single principle. You are always in command. So every single command that Manus wants to run on your machine requires your explicit permission. You can choose Allow Once, which lets you review every operation one by one. Or for those repetitive tasks you trust, you can just hit Always Allow to streamline things. The dynamic is super clear. You are the commander, Manus is the executor. And you won't believe how simple it is to get going. First, Just download the Manus desktop app for your Mac or PC. Second, click on My Computer and tell it which specific folders you want it to have access to. And third, you just authorize it. That's it. 3 steps.
Look, this is a massive step forward. It transforms AI from a simple chatbot into a real action engine that works where you work. So the last thing I want to leave you with is this. Now that the wall between the cloud and your computer is finally down, the possibilities are just endless. So what would you build?